Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're giving you 4 tips on how to adjust to this new mom life. You know, we've been there before and we want to give you all these tips. Mother's Day is coming and this is our gift to you. So I'm here with a very good friend of mine. She's going to introduce herself. I'm so happy to have you here. Let the viewers know who you are.
Hi everybody, my name is Grace Kabushenga Manafa and I've been married for 6 years to Yosam and yes, almost 7 years actually. It's been great. We have 2 children. One is 3 Daudi and the other is 1.5 and she's called Kusiima. And it's just been a crazy journey of motherhood. And I'm also, I guess I'm a baker and I'm a theologian by training. And yes, so it's just been crazy experiences of late. And I'm just so happy to come here and give some encouragement to the new mothers out there. Yes, it's doable and it's just an amazing, crazy journey.
Yes. So we both have 2 children. So I feel like, you know, we're on the same journey. So we've both been mothers and we know how daunting this time can be. And what advice do you have to those who are new mothers and they're just wondering, how do I keep sane in this time?
Yeah, that is a big question. I think the first thing that most mothers forget is that motherhood is so consuming. It can take up your whole life if you let it. It will just creep in slowly but surely, and before you know it, you don't know anything else. All you know is breastfeeding, diapers, baby crying, waking up, milk. You don't know anything else. So one of the first things I always tell new moms is find a way to guard the things that make you a human being. You know, as in being a mother, yes, is also part of being a human being. But your other things also, you know, you're still a wife, you're still a professional, you're still a woman, you're still, you know, you're still all these things. So you need to guard those things that make you a complete person. It could be something as simple as, you know, taking that nice luxurious shower. You know, moms, I don't know if you're like me, but me, honestly, I think I took those 5 2-minute rushing showers, for the first 5 months of my child's life. And just you know, this child needs me. You're starting hearing fake voices, you know, crying voices in that shower and you're rushing out. But you know, there's just those small, simple luxuries. Or it could be working out. It could be just having coffee with your friends. It could be maybe going to church for that fellowship or that prayer meeting. You know, those things that keep you, you know, grounded and remind you that there's a whole world out there. It's very important to keep those in mind.
Actually, what really helped me, I remember I was going through a really, really tough time and exercise. I was so shocked because yes, I had had this dream. I wanted to lose all this weight and I was like, you know what? I'm going through all this kind of baby blues and feeling, you know, like I'm not, you know, a woman anymore. I'm like, no, let me get that exercise, get losing that belly fat and things like that. And it actually helped me feel sane.
It does. It really does.
What do you have some things that you really did as you and that helped you?
Yes, honestly, for me, my first son, it was trial and error and emphasis on the error because that motherhood season consumed me. But on the second one, I tried to be a little more smart. And one, there was exercise. Just going out. I'm not in those crazy people who work out a lot, but I would take a 45 minutes walk, you know, put on my earphones and walk. And, you know, by the time you come back, you're just
away
a different
from the
person.
Baby. I walk alone.
I walk alone. And one of the ways I had to achieve that, of course, was to schedule it. So everybody in the house knew that, you know, on 3 times a week at 6:30 a.m., I am getting up and going for a walk. You know, they will sort themselves out. If I come back and that child has been wailing, that's okay. You know, I took my break. Now I'm even more equipped to handle her, you know. So that really, really helped me, especially the scheduling part and keeping it consistent and predictable. You know, we moms, we like making excuses not to do these things. Oh, I'm so busy. The child was crying so much last night. You know, all these things that are just really at the end of the day, excuses.
There's no one to help me. What do you have to say about that? Because you find that many mothers, you feel like you're the only one who can actually do all these things for this little one. So you're there struggling, doing all this, and then you're overwhelmed.
Yes, actually, and that's our second point. Get help. do not be afraid to ask for help.
Yeah.
Don't be ashamed about it. Be bold. Ask for help. Say, I need help. I need someone to take this child for 30 minutes or an hour. Just make it a habit with you, because there are so many myths that we are raised with about motherhood.
Yeah.
And sometimes we bring them in without even knowing. And like some of the myths, I know nobody else can handle my child except from me.
Yeah.
You hear people, even me, I think I say, my child is a special case.
I know? Like mine. I
Yes.
feel like, oh my God, my daughter is out of this world. Like, she will cry, she will make noise if I'm not around, and no one can manage her.
Yes.
I think it's just not true.
Yes, it's really not true, as in babies have been in existence for as long as human beings have. I promise you, someone can handle your child.
Yeah.
Then another one, of course, is, there's this whole, my mother raised me all by herself, so why can't I do it? But really, sometimes we were too young to notice how stressed out our mothers were.
Yeah.
We were too young to realize, the burden they were taking on. And now that we have an opportunity to do it a little better and to help ourselves be a little more human while we're doing it, take that opportunity and get the help you need.
Yeah.
So I'll just say, just as a matter of principle, put down the excuses. Like, drop them like the baggage that it is, and get help.
Yeah. Okay, I get the getting help thing, but honestly, I feel like I struggled. My daughter, at about 6 weeks, she refused everyone.
Yes.
Not even my husband could hold her. The help couldn't hold her. And I was like, what am I going to do? I was eating like a thief, so fast. You go to the toilet and you're running quickly. Do you think that's really doable? Like, getting help now at that point? How?
No, I remember that also. Like, I remember eating meals behind the couch so that, she doesn't see me. Yes, it was that serious. Even with mine, at night, somebody else touches her, it's like they're trying to murder her. The crying, you're just having to send apology baskets to the neighbors, sorry for keeping you awake all night. But sometimes it's just about taking the break that you need. Because even me, up to now, our daughters, they still need us. And, most times I'm the one with her. Most times you're probably the one who has to pay attention. But you take the break and you breathe.
Yeah, I think also allowing them to cry, because many times mothers, we think, oh my God, she's crying, she's going to die. You know? But then I keep saying, tears, they help you clean her eyes. It's okay. Let her cry. She's cleansing her eyes.
That's so good.
She won't die from all these cries.
Yes, and that might sound a bit callous, especially to new moms, to tell them let the baby cry.
Yeah.
But I promise you, if you know that your daughter or your son is with responsible grown-ups, that child will be fine for that 1 hour that you need to do what you need to do.
Yeah.
So calm yourself down, hear the cries, go away, organize your mindset, do what you need to do to be that human, to be that person, and to just give yourself more energy to come back and deal with that child.
Yeah.
It's short term. We're not saying abandon your child, for a month. No. It's just short term. Yes, no. It's short term. The child will be happy and healthy by the time you get back home.
Yeah.
Or by the time, you come back from outside working out. Or by the time you even come back from taking a shower. Honestly, even me, there's a point where I was just like, there are some days, I'll say this, people, those who know me, don't, judge me now. But there are some days where I did not shower because the child was in my arms like this. And I made all these excuses of, okay, now he needs to nap. Okay, now I'm feeding him. Okay, now I'm breastfeeding. Okay, now I'm changing the diaper. And before I know it, I look up, it's 9 p.m. and I just enter the bed.
I remember there was a time, my daughter, I think it was after immunization, and you all know there was, I think, that 6-week immunization that's really, really bad. Do you know I held her like all night, like all evening, all night, all morning. I slept like this. It was just, unheard of. I'm like, what am I doing?
Right?
But I'm no, mommy, oh my God, she's crying. I need to hold her. She's, and yet that was what I suffered. And I didn't have to.
You really didn't have to. Yes. So,
Yeah.
So it's good to just step back, accept help. Me, I've reached that point where, I'm just unashamed about it. If somebody says, can I come babysit your child? Yes. No buts, nothing. Just yes.
Yeah.
Come, here is the baby. There is their milk. I'll see you in a little bit.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah,
and
that's so true.
The first few times are really nerve-wracking. And many mothers aren't able to get over that, like getting over the first one especially. Like, how do I hand over my child to this person and go away? And I'm not seeing the child, you know, you want video cameras and all those things. No, you do it once, twice, you'll get over it and you'll be able to go and organize your life, breathe, be a person, and then you come back and you actually be a better mom to your child.
That's so true. So guys, ladies, mothers out there, please get the help that you need.
The third thing I'd like to tell them is your mindset is important. Get a healthy mindset. Yes. What do I mean by this? There are so many things we tell ourselves in our brains that are just fiction.
Like?
For example, I'm being a bad mother. You know that we are our harshest critics?
Oh my God, I hear this all the time. Yes, that's so true. My husband always tells me, you are your biggest critic.
It is very hard for us to be kind to ourselves. We know you're walking and you trip and fall and your child gets their first bruise. Oh my goodness, I'm a terrible mother. How will I survive this? Will my child live to be 18? And you know,
are they going to die?
Yes. So we are really, really harsh to ourselves. So just having that mindset that you're doing fine and get into the habit of actually telling yourself, you know what, Grace? You're doing fine. You're okay. Yes, there was a setback today, but you're still a great mother. Your children are healthy. Your children are happy. Your children are going to be fine.
You're doing the best that you can. Many times we feel like we're not doing our very best.
It's a mindset. Let me tell you a funny story. My son is not a good eater. He really isn't a good eater. Up to now, you know, sometimes we're just like, this boy. So when he was about a year and a half, we took him to the pediatrician. And after the checkup and everything, she asked us, oh, do you have any questions? We're like, we're really worried about our son's eating habits. He doesn't eat. We don't know what's going on. And this lady, you know, she was an older lady, like gray hair. And, you know, you could see that she has already been through a lot. You know, she picked up his records and looked at it, you know, looked down, looked at us and like, but what are you talking about? I see he has grown. I see he has gained weight. He is taller. Clearly, he's getting his food from somewhere. You know, she looked at us like, who are these, you know? Like, what's wrong with these people? Like, he's obviously getting his food. So what do you mean that he doesn't eat? So we're like a bit confused. We're like, he is healthy. He is growing. He is not sick. He's getting the food that he needs. And, you know, I just went home and realized that we're being too harsh on ourselves, you know? We're seeing this thing of our son has all this food on his plate, he's not eating it, there's something we are doing wrong. Am I cooking bad food? Should I change the food I'm cooking?
Or maybe you're putting too much food.
Yes. Have I spoiled him? Does he have bad manners? He doesn't know when to eat? Like it was a whole
I've said it,
judgment.
Time you must eat. Do you know?
Yes. So like there was this whole judgment on my part, like my child is not eating, I'm a bad mother. But just that one conversation with the doctor, and though she looked at us like, what are you talking about? The boy is fine. You know, it made me realize that I need to calm down a bit and be kinder to myself. And then another thing that affects our mindset is comparison.
Oh, so true.
Especially, you know, some of us, we've been blessed with like these great mom communities. We have neighbors with kids about the same age as ours, or we have these fellowships, or where, you know, we meet with so many fellow moms, and there are always these moms who, you know, like every time you hear them talk, it's like, they're sorted.
Wow.
I'm just like, how? My child eats all their food. My child eats greens, you know, like just all these things. Me, you know, I pump 4 times a day, and I have like it's just so many things going on, and that comparison can kill you.
Can I give you an example? Can I share something?
Yes.
For my son, I keep telling people this. My son was just so perfect. Like he's just naturally, I don't know, obedient. He's calm. He's humble. He's, you know, you tell him this, he does it. So, you know, I used to be a bit judgy, you know, when mothers would, you know, type on the group, like we have a wives group, you know, and then they're saying, oh my God, you guys, how can I keep my son to cut their fingernails, or he's running up and down? And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, just tell him to come and cut his nails. What's the issue there, you know? Until I gave birth to my daughter.
Wow.
Oh, I began to say, oh my God, what's going on? What's wrong with this girl? Why aren't you listening?
And you can take 2 weeks to cut fingernails.
Great. It was too much. You know, I realized, oh my God, I was being judgmental. But kids are different, and approaches maybe need to change because of their personality types. So it's important that don't be too harsh on yourself, and don't judge other mothers just because what they're going through, you're not going through it. I think it's very important.
So avoid that comparison. Look at your child and take care of your child. It's a very unique child that you have there. So take care of them as them. Yes. And I think the final thing, about mindset, this one is more close to privacy, especially us, like, I think Africans. I think actually so many places in the world, like, nobody should know my issues. Like, nobody should know my things. You come home, you struggle with your child, and just like, I don't want anybody, even the neighbor, to know what I'm going through. And yet really help is just next door. Or the solution is with this other mom who has a 5-year-old, and you're just like, nobody should know that even me, I struggle. So that mindset, that, that fear to be judged, or that fear to be gossiped about, and that fear to just not have your things out there. Now, I'm not saying, share everything. But if you need help, don't let that fear stop you from getting the help.
Like, I think have people who you can actually open up to about your struggles. Because I remember there were times when I was home on maternity leave, and some people came by and they saw that I was struggling. I would say, I am struggling. And they're like, maybe try this. They would give some advice here and there. For some, you'd be like, I've tried that. Why are you telling me this again? Like, but I think it really helps for people to give you advice. You try this and you find, oh my God, actually that actually worked, because people have gone through it. Let me tell you, whatever you're going through, there's someone who has gone through it.
That is very
you're not
true.
alone.
That is very true.
I'm
usually amazed by this, like, one mom who is able to open up, and then when they're done opening up, all the moms around are like, hey,
me too.
Me too. Hey, you mean your child also? Even me. I thought my child was broken or something. So don't let that fear about, people thinking that maybe there's something wrong with you stop you from getting the help and the advice that you need. So that's what we're talking about, the mindset. It starts with the mind. If you can conquer that battle inside your mind, it will take you a step, actually many steps further, to being a great and happy mom.
All right, so how about, because, as a mother, you're also a wife, and how do you kind of ensure that you're not letting go of the other wife, title?
I know. Okay, actually, that is our tip number 4.
Oh, yes.
Continue to cultivate your relationship with your husband. Now, of course, it's going to change. Before, I think, us, we were married 2 years before we had a child. So we actually had time to, we had our routine, we had, our system where,
we didn't have that. I had the honeymoon baby, so we jumped right into it.
Yes. So now, as we already had a way that marriage works and how the relationship works, you just get up and go like, oh, do you want to go out tonight? Okay, let's go. And, you just pick up your handbag and go. Or all these things. But now, you have kids, just going for a meal is a whole project. You need spreadsheets. You need a project manager.
You
need,
bags that you're carrying.
Yes, you need bags. Is the car big enough? Or do they need a stroller? Now there are all these things, and sometimes that busy stuff can interrupt the relationship. So I think the first thing you need to know is one, avoid resentment, especially when it comes from getting help. Maybe your husband is quite busy, you're at home with the child all day, you go a bit crazy. Sometimes you just resent without speaking up about what you need.
Yes, you're resenting your spouse.
Yes. Because, it's like, for him, he's been out, he's been interacting with human beings the whole day. I've only been watching YouTube baby things and talking baby language and having conversations in my brain. He doesn't understand me. But you've never actually sat down to have a conversation about these things. And then the resentment builds up and builds up. And, now suddenly, you have this wall between you and your husband. Yet you've already had babies between you and all these other things. So have that communication that will help you avoid that resentment that builds up.
And to make things worse, of course, there are some people who are sleeping with the child in the bed.
Yes.
So you don't even, because these people, our spouses are our best friends. Sometimes you need just the kids to be away, and you just fall into your husband's arms.
Right.
Like, I'm feeling better just because you're here. So I think also putting a few boundaries. I think I don't know.
Okay. What I did for that, I mean, I've told you, our daughters are basically the same human beings. She's terrible sleeper. By the time she's done waking up the 5th time at 2 a.m., you're too tired. You're too tired, really. You just like put her on the bed and like, you know, do what you want to do. Yes, but I decided, just as a matter of principle, that she'll always start the night in her own bed.
At least to start.
Yes, at least to start. And so, you know, she goes bedtime, she sleeps in her bed, and she usually goes at least for like 2 hours, an hour and a half, or 3 hours.
They are similar, oh my God.
Yes, that first time you put her down.
Yeah.
And so, you know, that gives me the time I need to breathe, or to just hang out with my husband, or to, if we're going to sleep early, you know, just go and, you know.
Or to catch up.
Yes, or to catch up.
Wink, wink.
Yeah, wink, wink. And that gave us that space. And of course, now that's extreme. There are some kids who you can actually teach to stay in their beds.
Yeah.
My firstborn son, that one, you know, very compliant. Eventually, he figured it out and went to his bed.
Yeah.
My daughter, we shall win that battle one day.
One day,
you know, we shall overcome.
You know, I tried, you know, all these sleep training things.
Yes.
I bought sleep training guides online, sleep experts, you know. I paid money, dollars, my friend, to try to teach my daughter how to sleep on her own. Yes. Nothing worked. Yes. I got white noise. She was telling me, I think she was telling me, you're joking, you're joking. It's not working. So really, I struggled. So this whole sleep training thing,
yes. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but sometimes you just need that time. So just me, that's what has helped me as a principal. When she falls asleep in her own bed, and then later if she disturbs me in the night and I'm overwhelmed, then I will bring her back. And you know, by then, you know, usually we're both just blacking out anyways. Yes. Then another thing you can do is, I think we talked about this recently, when it comes to sex, it's not going to be always spontaneous, you know, as in those days it's like, oh, you're good to go, you know? Yeah. No, now, let me tell you a funny story. When my child was born, I do not know what mind games he was playing with us, but every time we went to have sex, the boy would cry.
It's like they know.
I swear, I think it was like this was what to bring a sibling to compete with me, you know?
Not today.
Not today.
Yeah.
But it just kept happening. Like, you know, like what mind trick is this? And you know, you're still even figuring out, you know, your hormones are still settling down from pregnancy and childbirth.
You have a few fears, you know,
you're still,
down there.
even, you know, yes, you know, giving birth is a bit traumatic. And you're still trying to overcome all these things. You know, they tell you, you know, you go to the doctor, 6 weeks appointment, the doctor says, oh, you're good to go. But in your mind, you're like, am I good to go? Really? You know, am I really? But what helped me is to like keep an open mind and to keep, very important. And to like also just purpose in your heart and in your mind to be available. That's the first one.
Availability, guys.
You won't win all those battles, honestly, as in kids are, you know, stressful. But if you purpose to be available, that's the first step. Yeah. And then also just keeping it, you know, at the forefront of your mind. What I started recently is just making it a habit.
To do what?
Like, to have sex.
Women, are you listening?
You know, and I just got this, like, I think I was reading somewhere or something, and they're just like, you know, the more sex you have, the more sex you will have. Because, you know, like any other habit, you know, habits are formed. You do it once, you do it again, you do it another time. And, you know, before you know it, you're just doing this thing all the time. And if you don't even do it, like there's something missing. You know, that's just how habits are. You know, if you're working out every day and then after a month you stop, you're just like feeling so crappy and I don't know why.
I don't even know how to start again.
So most of us moms, especially, we do not give our bodies enough time to get used to having sex, as in we don't get accustomed to it, as in, you know, it doesn't become a part of us. And yet when it's a part of us, you'll want it more, as in it's part of your routine. You know, I'm going to bed, I'm going to shower, I'm going to brush my teeth, you know,
it's
going to slip into this thing and we go and have sex. Or now you even start finding excuses for it. Let's say the kids to their grandmother, so that because you've made it a habit, like a routine, every day if possible. I mean, some days you'll just black out, but make it a routine until you're just used to it.
Actually, I'll just share. When I gave birth to my daughter, you know, it was, I didn't get stitches. Everything was so fine. You know, I had an open mind, you know, and it's important that as new mothers, you have an open mind towards sex after childbirth. So I was like, you know what? I'm healed after 3 weeks. Let's jump in and try.
3 weeks. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, Steve, hope it's okay to share this, but you know, it's out there. After 3 weeks, because I was open, I was like, the baby is not going, like, you see, how can I say it? Like, the child is going to be there for long.
That's true.
You can't keep saying, Not today. Not today. Month in, month out, not today. Before you know, it's a whole year, you've not actually been with your spouse.
Yes.
So I'd say that I'm sleep deprived, yes, but even tomorrow I'll still be sleep deprived.
That's true.
So let me just have the sex.
That's true.
Yeah, so it really helped.
Then I just had that mindset of, I'm in my 30s right now. I'm not getting any younger. Right. Am I waiting to first have like backaches and arthritis and all these things before I start, actually maximizing this time? Like we are in this perfect season and we are squandering it. Because very soon, we're going to doctor's appointments and they tell you, oh, menopause. And then, before you know it, you're walking up the stairs and you trip and fall and suddenly you have this ache in your knee that you don't know about. And it's always there disturbing you. But right now we are like, especially in young moms, we are like in a prime time of our lives,
Enjoy it.
Yes.
Enjoy it.
Enjoy it and purpose to enjoy it. It will not magically happen by itself.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying you have to make it a habit. You have to wake up and purpose to do it. Now, some of you are thinking, oh, that sounds easy for you. It was easy for you. You don't know what you went through. But honestly, even me, it was a journey. Yeah. It was a real journey. At some point, I think my husband had to go like, wait, you know what? We need to work on this thing.
It's like,
Yes. Because even though I'd already purposed, I'll be open to it. But, you get distracted. You get tired. You get tired, being a mom is like 6 full-time jobs in one. Yeah. But the more I decided, even if it means putting a timer in my phone, I'll put the reminder in my phone and set it. I know that tonight it's going down. Ooh. Yes. So as it got to that point, nobody's going to fix your sex life for you after you have kids. That's the truth. You can have all the excuses you want. Excuses are not going to fix your sex life for you. Yeah, and we all know sex is important for the marriage to just, And it's such amazing bonding. Even all those other petty things, the resentment, the quarreling over whether I should put the child in a dress or shorts. And those quarrels can become like World War if you're not careful. Yeah. Those basic things. Oh, you're feeding the child chips. No, don't give them sugar. Things that you argue about, they suddenly become like, they sort of resolve themselves. Yeah. When you have a great, sex life and that intimacy and that connection. So do what you need to do. If it's going on dates, if it's, texting, if it's whatever it is, you have to purpose and commit to do it until it becomes a habit, part and parcel of your life again. So, what else? Also, we had mentioned it a bit, but like spontaneous dates might not be feasible anymore. Yeah. I think I'm one of those people who had like my entire sex life pegged on being spontaneous, but realize that doesn't work. Yeah. But do you know that? And people are like, oh, never been being those boring people who are, having dates on appointment, and you can choose that mindset or you can choose another mindset. When you plan, you give yourself time to anticipate.
And prepare.
Yes. So like I'm going to plan, I'm going to do this fun thing, I'll wear this nice dress that I haven't touched since, I was 2 sizes smaller, but I might be able to fit in it now. That's whole anticipation. You've scheduled it like Wednesday is my day to take a break and relax and have fun with my husband. It's your choice to either look at it as an official appointment, boring, or time to anticipate and plan and have this, awesome time that is free of all these surprises and scheduling and kids crying and things like that. So again, that's a bit of mindset, but it helps to cultivate your relationship. How you look at it will determine what you get out of it also. Actually,
that actually helped me having time with my spouse. So I was a bit depressed when I was a new mom. I've mentioned this before. And my husband couldn't help because he had to go to work. Like, he wouldn't support me. But then lockdown happened. And then he was home. And I know he couldn't even hold the baby. Like I mentioned, she couldn't allow him to hold. But just seeing him there, just seeing him with me, and him just looking at me and just asking, how can I help? Even if there was nothing, he just being there just made me feel so much better. So cultivating that, in your marriage, it really helps you overcome what you're going through as a new mom. Yes. Yeah. So thank you very much for having this conversation with us. Let me know in the comment section, how was your journey being as a new mom? Are there some other tips that you'd love to share with us? Let us know in the comment section. My name is Kusiima, and I'm always here. Fire.